There'll be girls across the nation that'll eat this up. Babe, I know that it's just Woo! Love.
Hey everybody, what's going on and welcome to Remembering RuneScape. I'm Trent, Rumble Game for the win, and now we're just going to go ahead and talk about my first ever RuneScape memory. So it started off on Tutorial Island where everybody starts off their RuneScape career, and I had to pick a name, so I picked the name TJ Darby. That's because those are my initials, and I figured what the hell, it's good. So my first character was looking pretty funky. Now he had the huge spiky hair, the cut up black t-shirt with the like silver shoulder guards and black ripped up pants. He was pretty pimped out, I'm not gonna lie. He was a total lady killer, and he was pretty badass. So anyways, I remember it took me about 20 minutes to try and figure out how to get the door open. It was pretty bad. I do remember the place where I started playing. So I went to my grandparents' apartment. They lived quite a distance away when I moved out of this city, and anytime I'd go visit them, they had a computer. We couldn't afford a computer at my house. My mom couldn't afford one, so my grandparents had a computer. So I would, play when I was there because I was there so much. And I remember my cousin, he would play this game, and he's the same age as me. And he was like, "Hey man, let's play this game." And I remember we were in, this was a couple years back. I started playing in 2006. So I was still in primary school, and I was at my cousin's house one day for like a family gathering, and he was playing this game on his dad's computer. And I was like, "Hey, that looks cool." So we made my account there, and when I went to my grandparents, I started playing. So I was sitting in this computer chair, and the computer's like Windows XP. It's pretty pimped out. It was slow as hell, and I start playing. So I get on Tutorial Island, and I'm like, "Wow, this is gonna be cool." RuneScape was my very first like RPG game, so it just completely amazed me, the things I could do and the possibilities. Obviously, when everybody starts off, they're a noob. I wish I knew as much as I did now when I first started playing, or I would already be like trimmed comp, 5.2 bill, max cash, the whole works. But anyways, so you get into Tutorial Island, and I talked to the guy, and I couldn't figure out how to open the door. I saw so many people doing it. I don't know what it was. Mentally, I just could not figure out how to click on the door. I don't know what was going through my mind, but after a while, I finally managed to open the door. And you go through, and you have to catch the shrimp and cut the wood and make the fire. For some reason, my fire wouldn't light. I was getting so pissed off because I would watch everybody else's fires light. Mine wouldn't. Like, I would sit there for so long, and my guy would just be flicking the tinderbox over and over and over. I actually got up, went to the bathroom, got something to eat, came back, and he was still trying to make the fire. It was unbelievable. I don't know. It took at least a good 15 minutes before he actually lit the fire, and ever since then I hated fire making. I never wanted to touch fire. After playing Scape, I completely despised it. Up until bonfires, I hated doing fire making. You would never catch me doing it because that just completely ruined my experience for it. Another thing was cooking the shrimp. They would always burn. I had to go through 2 inventories of shrimp before. Like, I had the worst luck starting out in Scape. I'm actually surprised I didn't quit because of the shit and the torment I went through. Like, JaGeX knew I was playing, and they trolled the shit out of me. Like, the shrimp would not cook. I went through 2 inventories, and I finally cooked one. Another thing was, as you go through, you make the dough, you go to the bank, you go down to the dungeon, you mine. Mining I really picked up. Mining and smithing was fun. I got all my levels to 3 before I left because I thought, hey, why not? I might as well max out while I'm on Tutorial Island, and then I can go into the game and be a pro. So I do that, and you get to the stage where you learn the emotes. I did not read. Obviously, I had an issue with reading. I didn't like to do it, and on the bottom in the dialog box, it said, "Do an emote to continue." I didn't read that, and I was spamming and clicking, and no doors would open, and I couldn't proceed anywhere until I had to do an emote. And I couldn't figure out, like, I was stuck on Tutorial Island for the entire day I was at my grandparents'. I wasted the whole day on Tutorial Island because I couldn't figure out how to do an emote. That was, like, one of the last parts before, you go kill the chicken with your air spell, and then you go. It took so long for me to figure out, 1, how to use a tinderbox, how to catch a shrimp, how to cook it, how to open the door, and how to do an emote. Those were, like, the 5 things. And toggling run. I had an issue doing that too, but see, that's the good part about Tutorial Island, is the fact that I can look back now and laugh, because I'd probably still mess those things up now today. Anyways, that's just a random RuneScape memory of mine. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and peace out.